Hi, everybody. I just wanted to update. It's been quite a while. My husband started working full time, which is fantastic news for us. It's always nice to have full time income, but it has meant a lot more tiredness, exhaustion for me because I still am working nights. So working nights and then being the main parent at home all day with the kids in the house, it's proved to be, it's kicking my butt a little bit, but that's okay. I got this. He only works through the end of May. He's a school teacher, so we'll have the summer off, and then I can. What happened? There was like a glitch. Oh well. And then I'll keep working through the summer, and then I think he'll take over, and I will have a little more time to do music. So that's exciting for me. This week, or this past month, I think it's been like a month since I last posted. I'm really sorry. Between my job and his job, and then the kids, our job, I've kept pretty busy. But I wanted to give you a brief update. I wanted to put something out in March. That was the goal. I started on some things, but never didn't finish them. My brother slash producer slash friend Enoch has been really busy working on his new song, which is totally awesome. It's gonna be great. And then he also has a new job, and so he's kept really busy. So between my schedule, my husband's schedule, and his schedule, we just weren't able to get in the time we needed to put a song out last month. But it's happening this month, and in the meantime, I wrote a new song, which is really fun to sing. It stretches me vocally, and I love being stretched. So anyway, more on that later. This past 2 weeks, I have been on a little team at work for wellness, and we've been counting our steps. Walking across the country, we log our steps in the computer, and it's a little competition, and it's fun. However, back when I was in high school and my first few years of college, I really struggled with an eating disorder. It wasn't diagnosed, so I don't know how confident I can be about saying, oh, I had an eating disorder. But what I can tell you is that in high school, I would go as long as I could without eating. And then when my willpower broke, or, my body's hunger signals were so strong that I couldn't resist anymore, I would eat. And I would just eat a little bit, or like a piece of bread with mustard on it, or something weird like that I thought would help me keep from gaining weight. And I had some serious body image issues. I'd look in the mirror, and all I saw was ugly, and I felt really insecure about my body. And so what did I do? I abused it. I didn't eat, and then when I finally did eat again, there was something that I enjoyed that I would taste, then it was like I couldn't stop, and I would eat in secret. I would binge, and to the point where I was feeling physically ill. I never actually did the purging part of that. I did get to a point once when I was young, and I had eaten so much. I felt so sick, and I went into the bathroom and tried to make myself throw up a few times. And then it was kind of like an out-of-body experience. It was like suddenly I was seeing myself and seeing what I was doing. And I wasn't very mature at the time, but something in me knew that I was headed down a not-so-great path. So I stopped, and I made a commitment to myself to at least never try to throw up again after eating. The other habits continued, though, the trying not to eat and then binging until I felt sick, and it was just a really unhealthy situation, and what was happening in my head was so unhealthy, and I was always beating myself up. And then in college, I was doing the same thing, but I had added exercise. I tried to exercise to lose weight, and then it was kind of an addiction there too, because I felt like I could feel myself getting fat if I missed a day of exercise, and I was really strict with myself, and I'd eat healthy food, but I'd still binge on healthy food, and it was just a really unhealthy place to be. Luckily, there was a class where I went to school. It was called Body Image and Weight Loss Management, and such a great title for getting people like me over there who were obsessed with weight and food and losing weight. And that my professor did that on purpose. He was hoping to attract people like me who needed help fixing what was going on in their heads and their relationship with food. So I took this class. The main book that we read was Intuitive Eating, and it's almost like no-brainer, very simple stuff, but it was something that was completely new to me. And so they taught us things like how to recognize hunger signals and to respect and love yourself enough to honor that hunger, to eat when you're hungry. And then also how to recognize fullness signals or even satisfaction signals, and to honor and love yourself enough to stop eating when you're no longer hungry. And they introduced concepts of dealing with your emotions without food. And that was a big one for me, because I had always, when I was feeling stressed, sad, depressed, food was the answer. It was my comfort. I didn't know how to address my emotions any other way. So I learned about all that psychological aspect that had been a part of my eating. And thankfully from then on, I was climbing out of that hole. I had a lot better perspective of myself, and I started being kinder to my body. And just like that, over the period of a few years, my body went to this normal, healthy, beautiful weight, and I started to be my friend and to be kind to myself. Well, at work, we've been doing this challenge where we count our steps, and over the past couple of weeks, something weird happened. Something clicked in my brain, and because I'm measuring something, I guess, I suddenly was back in that place mentally, looking in the mirror, hating what I see, being super critical, hating how my clothes fit, feeling awful about myself, just sinking into this hole again. And after about a week of that, it hit me what was happening, that I'm measuring, I'm becoming obsessive about these steps I'm taking. And it's crazy to me that even after, it's been like a decade, even after a decade of leaving this eating disorder mentality, one little trigger kind of set me off. Luckily, I turned that around. I'm feeling better now. I purposely am doing this video. I'm not wearing any makeup. You can kind of see me. This is me. And you know what? I'm happy with me. And the crazy thing is that I'm happy with me most of the time, no matter how I am. I'm happy. I've been happy when I've been 9 months pregnant and 40 pounds heavier than I usually am. Happy because life is good. It's beautiful. I rarely think about food and body weight anymore, and it's so much freedom. It's freed me up to do what I love most, which is the music, the thing that I'm passionate about. And so if any of you are out there, any of the 10 of you that are seeing this video are spending time worrying about how you look, how other people see you, just let it go. Your happiness, it starts right here. So start being kind to yourself. It's so important. And I wanted to talk about that today because it's changed my life. I get to laugh more. I get to enjoy the moments with my husband, with my kids, with my music. I get to pursue my dreams. I freed up like 90% of the thinking space that was consuming my mind because of that eating disorder. So I challenge you to look in the mirror, find what you like, and be your friend. It makes it so much easier to live happily, and it makes you a better person, because when you're kind to yourself, you're kind to everyone else too, right? Right. So let's make the world a better place. That's my update. Music is coming soon. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed the new songs. Bye.